Hi guys! So today I'm going to show you how to make, I think the actual term or word, they're called yo-yo flowers. And there's 3 separate ones here, and then we're just going to put them all together. But I'm going to show you how to make these. So I've got that one, I made that one. You can see how pretty and fluffy they are. And then I have a black and white polka dot. Okay, so here's the things you're going to need. You're going to need some scissors. You're going to need you're not going to need a lighter for the fabric, but I'll tell you what you need this for here in a minute. You're going to need some needle nose pliers, a felt piece, some kind of center to go in the middle when you're done. You're going to need the dreaded needle and thread. It's not that bad. And then you're going to need a pencil. And then you're going to need some fabric, which we're going to work with this fabric today. It's kind of it's black and white and gray. I don't know if you can see it. And then what I do, I buy these at Walmart for like 97 cents. And it's 18 by 21. So 18 inches by 21 inches. So it's a pretty good sized piece of fabric. And then that's what I cut this out of. So you just open it up. And then you're going to need 3 pieces of like a stencil. This one is 7 3/4 inches in diameter. This one is 5 3/4 inches in diameter. And this one is about 4 3/4 inches in diameter, or the size of a CD. I just used a CD to trace that. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your stencil or your cardboard, make sure it's pretty thick. And then you're going to take your tracing pencil, and then you're going to just trace this. Okay, so then once you got it traced, then you're just going to come in and you're just going to cut that out, which I've already done to save time. So here is, I've already got 2 of them. So you're going to have 3 pieces. So I've already got 2 of them already done just to save time. But I'm going to show you how you're going to do each and every one of them. So you're going to have a needle and thread. I usually get a pretty good size just because I don't like to have to keep rethreading it. So you put a knot on the end, and then you're just going to start. Now this is, you have like the pretty side and the ugly side. So this is the right side, this is the wrong side. So you start with the pretty side facing up, and you're just going to make stitches, just a running stitch all the way around it. And then you don't want it clear down here. You want it about that far away. I don't know if you can see that, but it's very, maybe a 1/4 of an inch away from the top. Now if, I want to back up a little bit, if you use, you can actually use any kind of material on it, but if you want something more fancy, then you can use silk or satin. And if you do that, then you're going to want to take your lighter and heat seal around the edges, just to, like, this will burn if I do it, but just barely on the silk or satin. That way it won't fray. So, okay, here we go. You're just gonna, and you're gonna, here's the trick to it. You only want your stitches about no more than a 1/2 inch apart, because that's what gives it the little ruffles. So we're just going to go around this really quick, and I usually do about 15 or 20 stitches before I pull the needle through. Sorry for my voice, I have allergies, something terrible. Now this is the bigger one of it all. So this is the 7 3/4 inches. Now sometimes when you make a stitch, sometimes you need this because it's hard to pull through and it's really easy to stab yourself. And then I usually kind of leave it loosely. And then just go back. See, the needle and thread is not that bad. Getting stabbed with the needle is, though. So you just keep working your way around it, staying towards the top. I hope you can see how I'm doing this. So then you go down, and then up, down, up, down, up. And they call that a running stitch. So we're almost there. Remember, just do your stitches close together because that's what gives it the ruffle effect. And they don't have to be exact. Anything that's homemade, here's my theory on that. Anything that's homemade, if it's perfect, it's not homemade or handmade. That's what gives it its uniqueness. Now, on your last one, you want to go down, and then you want to come up right by where you started. Not in the exact same place, but just a tad over, just like that. Okay, so then once you get done, I usually just kind of loosely open it. So then you have like this little pouch. And then I just grab both ends and then just draw it. Just draw it up. Just pull it up. Kind of tight. And then I usually, the one with the knot, I usually try to get as close as possible down here so I don't have to keep rethreading it. I hate threading a needle. Okay, it's a little too much. Okay, so then you're just going to wrap it once and wrap it twice and get it pretty tight. Don't be afraid to, you can't really pull it too tight. And then wrap it once, wrap it twice again, and then you're just gonna cut and then just automatically rethread listen to me, reknot your needle. Okay, now see how this is like moving, it moves all over. You kind of want to tack this down. So what we're going to do is we're just going to find a spot here and we're going to go down, back up, just go to the next side. I usually do that 4 times. And then just kind of go in here and tie it off. And then cut it. And I've already made these, so I'm just going to quickly go through and tack them down. You want to stay fairly close to the center. Otherwise it's going to give this a different effect. Okay. That one's done. We're almost to the fun part. But before you tack them, make sure, you know, you move them to where the center, you put the center, you don't want it over here like this. You want it in the center, so you can move them all around. And then just get it where it looks right. And then just go in kind of like a button. And there again, all you're doing is making it so it's not going to move all around once they're together. And one more. Okay. Oh, that one messed up on me. Okay, so just cut that off. It'll be fine. Okay. So now what you're going to do is you're just going to kind of fluff it up. Then you have your 3 pieces. Cut that off a little bit. Okay, so now for some people who have newborns like great big flowers, and some people like smaller ones. So these actually measure about 3 3/4 inches around. So it starts out as 7 3/4 inches, and then when you're done, it ends up being 3 3/4. So, but if you wanted to, somebody didn't want a great big flower, you could just use one, or you could just use the 2 smaller sizes, and it's still cute that way. Okay, so but we're going to use all 3. So what you're going to do is you're just going to put some glue right here in the middle. Yeah, you need a glue gun. I forgot that. I always forget the glue gun. Okay, then you're just going to center that on there and just hold it for a second. And then you're going to do the same thing with this one. Just put some glue around here. And then hold it down. And that's what you have. See, it's still fluffy, but yet it's not going to come apart. Otherwise, if you didn't tack those down, if you just held like this, they'd all kind of like pull apart. Isn't that pretty? I love the look of it. Okay, pull all the cobwebs off here. Okay, then you just need to decide what kind of center. I'm really bad about this. Every time I go to put one on, I never know which one I like best. So, a lot of times I'll take a picture with my phone, and then I don't know what it does, but it just kind of gives me it's like, yep, that's the one I want. Well, if you want it blingy, I would use that. I kind of like that look myself, so I'm going to use this. And then we're just going to add that right in the center. And then that covers up all that thread and stuff that you used. Which actually, I don't use thread. I think this is crochet string. So it's pretty tight. It'll take a lot of, I mean, you can break it, but it takes a lot to break it. So I just like that because it's sturdy, and this has lasted me, I bet, 2 years. Okay, so there, it's finished. Now you can either take a headband and put it on a headband, or you can just put a clip on the back. But I always take a felt piece, and this one's about 1.5 inches, 1.75 inches. Either way, you're going to want to put this on there to begin with. So you just, and then this hides the stitching in the back. So then you could just put your clip on it, or if you wanted to, say, do a headband, then you're gonna have your band, obviously, and then you're gonna put it on there, and then you're gonna put another felt piece over that. So then you have a headband. So those are yo-yo flowers. And like I said, you can use satin, you can really use anything. I wouldn't use like felt or something like that, but just regular just, I don't know what this is, cotton maybe. And then you could also, if you wanted to, if somebody likes them really big, you could like stack them on top of each other, kind of like that. But I haven't seen that done. I don't think there's any rules. So that is that. And if you have any questions, leave a comment down below and I will get back with you. Thanks for watching, guys.